For a name brand Anker with a display, 34 bucks with an integrated cable, that's phenomenal. Hey everybody, what's going on? I am Jason with Tech Centered, and this right here is my absolute favorite power bank so far. This is the Anker Nano 10,000 milliamp battery bank with an integrated USB-C cable. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about having a cable attached, but after using it for 4 months on a very long hike, to supplement the battery power on this massive beast, this 24,000 milliamp, this worked perfect. I'm so happy I bought this and I continue to use it today. So let's go over the features real quick on this and we'll start diving into my thoughts on it. So like I said, we got an integrated USB-C cable up here. There's also 2 additional ports, another USB-C here and a USB-A. Now, both USB-C ports have an awesome feature. They are 30 watts in and out, which brings the charging time on this guy from 0% to 100% to 2 hours and 6 minutes. That's perfect. That's what I really expect in this day and age from a power bank, is to get that 30 watt input. This is really neat as well. On the top of this bank, it has a little button, and you can see by pushing that button, now we're presented with a battery indicator. And whereas most battery banks have that little 4-light LED system at the top to signify every 25%, you know exactly what this thing is at. And even better, when you put a charger to this, you know exactly how long the battery bank is going to take to charge. As you can see, as the timer adjusts itself, we're looking at about 6 minutes right now. That time will go down as we are at 99%. And it works the opposite way if you connect it to a phone, right? So let me pull out my Pixel 8 Pro here and attach it. And now you can see it's going to tell me at 30 watts, which was what we're drawing into this thing right now, we're at 98%, and we should be able to maintain this amount of power for about an hour and 27 minutes, it looks like. So the indicator is nice to have for the time remaining and the time to charge. It's not 100% accurate, but from what I found, it's close enough to give you a pretty good idea. So actually, let's do that same test while we have this out. Since my phone is at 20%, we should be seeing about 25 watts go into this guy. So right now we're at 8.7 volts, 2.1 amps. It just renegotiated its protocols, so that's going to be ticking up. We got 12 watts, 13, 15, 16, 17. And on up the line, it should stop around 25 watts because that's what this phone is capable at this battery indicator. So let's look at one more time. Right there, you can see 24.6 watts, is around 25 watts is what we're getting. And that's what I like. That makes me charge my phone in about, what, an hour or so. And that is literally perfect. So let's check out the weight of this guy, because it is pretty light as well, very surprisingly. And we'll go over the dimensions in just a second. Let me make sure it's zeroed out. We're looking at, for the bank with the cable, 7.6 ounces. And for our metric friends, that equates to 216 grams. So pretty light power bank. As far as keeping it in your pocket, it's not a big deal. It is a little bulky compared to a Nightcore NB series, but this is very reasonably priced. I mean, you're talking about $50 for the power bank, but I've seen these on Amazon go for 34 bucks for the past 6 months now. I've been checking on the prices because I was thinking about getting another one for my wife. But anyway, take a look at this. We're talking about just about an inch in depth. We got just over 4 inches in height, and the width just over 2 inches. So that should give you a pretty good idea of how that should fit in your pocket or your purse or, you know, whatever. So the one thing I do want to try, and I haven't tried this yet, I want to see if this guy has something known as pass-through, and I doubt it does because I didn't see it listed anywhere. Just want to make sure we're charging this. And then we're gonna take the integrated cable. Actually, let's attach this to it. This is one of my little testers. It shows me volts, amps, and watts. Pretty cool just to have around, especially if you're testing power banks. And as you can see, the phone is not charging. It has no power out of this port. So what we can do is we can switch this. Let's just see. I doubt it'll work the other way as well, but it's a good test, I guess. Let's try to plug this all the way in over here just to see if we get some power. And you can see that the phone does not have any power. So no pass-through, unfortunately, on this device. I'd really like to see that in the future. And what I mean by pass-through is if you want to just bring a small, like Anker Atom, I think they're called. They're really small wall adapters. I don't have one here for you, but something similar to this, but a lot smaller. You can plug a USB-C cable in here, and when this reaches 100%, it will also then charge your phone, so you can kind of set it and forget it at night. Both your devices are fully charged walking out the door. And that would be great, but unfortunately, I don't think Anker does it anymore. I know Nightcore does, but yeah, Anker doesn't do it anymore. Another feature on this is when the power bank is on, if you double tap that button again, you can see that small green indicator in the top right corner of the battery percentage. That's going to be your low voltage mode or your low power mode. And that's used to charge things like, you know, the old school Fitbits or your smartwatch or your earbuds or anything that it requires a low power. What I'd like to see in the future is an automated way for it to determine what's plugged into it. But for now, you know, we do have that low power mode. So like I said, I've been using this for months now. It's been out in dirt, in mud, in rain. And, you know, though I took really good care of it, I never had one single issue with it. I can pretty much charge my Pixel 8 Pro from, you know, 5%, 0%, all the way up to 100% with one of these battery banks. And what I was doing on the trail, since I was vlogging, I noticed that, you know, my phone would be around 50 or 60% whenever I got, you know, to sleep that night. I'd charge it overnight with this, and then I'd have about 50% left on this guy at the end of the, you know, in the morning. So I'd be able to charge this twice, basically, have 2 full days coming out of here, plus a day, you know, at 100% as well. So this worked out really well. I do honestly recommend this power bank, especially at the $34 price range. You just can't beat that. That's for a name brand Anker with a display, 34 bucks with an integrated cable. That's phenomenal. So everybody, my favorite power bank. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below and I'll get back to you. And check out the video description. I'll have my Amazon affiliate links for this guy if you're interested in purchasing it yourself. And what that means is you can buy it at no cost to you. You'll help fund the channel and kind of upgrade my gear as we get more into this channel. Thanks everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate you and have a great day.